Back in the shed, back working on this 1976 Galant Hardtop. Let's get into it. So last time out, I got the passenger side of the car into etch primer. I had ambitious plans. I was going to sand the whole car out and try and get the whole thing in primer, but my orbital sander died. So this guy can go where he belongs.
In the bin.
I went and picked up 2 more. So now I can put one on the shelf, so I can never have that situation happen again where I'm sort of stranded. And while I was there, I picked up some primer and some etch primer and some high build primer because I'm getting low on those. So I think I'll start off by resuming where I left off and start sanding away. All right, that was some messy work, but good progress. Pretty time consuming. I was spent a lot of time digging all the windscreen rubber and glue from around where the screen sits. And I said before in a previous video, but this car's unbelievably good for rust around the windscreens. It's basically brand new. There's nothing, not even spots of surface rust or corrosion or anything. It's great condition in that spot anyway. Then I was using the wire wheel on the angle grinder. I was doing the door opening. Little bit of corrosion there. It's not bad. It doesn't need cutting out or anything like that. It's just a bit of pitting. Anyway, enough jawing. Back into it. I'm not sure I've shown this tool before. This is I call it a finger sander. I think its technical name is a belt sander. Super useful tool. So when you've got a seam, like a hard edge like this, you can't get an angle grinder. So I've done a bunch of welding here. This whole piece here I made and welded in. And so there's weld all along there. And this is covered up by a chrome trim that goes around here like this, but still, I need to finish it off better than that. So this little guy here, he lets you get right into the corners where you wouldn't be able to get into with an angle grinder. So it's a super useful tool. You can get these from any hardware store. And yeah, so this is what I'm talking about here. All this little stuff along here, you can't get in to fix that with an angle grinder, but with this guy, you can get in there. So I'm back. Unfortunately, the GoPro ran out of battery while I was deep into it before. So I'm not even sure where you got up to, but I had to give it, I sanded it all back, and then I ended up having to give it another coat of filler because it was still a little bit wavy in spots, but I think I've got it straight now. So this bit here, that was a trouble spot. And then along the upper side of this line, this body line, most of the way it was pretty bad. Just a few little ripples here and there. I'm not sure how that happened, but I think I've got it now. I think it's all fixed up. So I'm going to put the back and this side into etch primer. Yeah, I'll get these sides in etch primer, which is going to be awesome. Hanging to see it all in one colour. So I'm super happy with that. Awesome progress. As always with these things, once you start getting into it, you discover more things that are wrong with it, and it takes a bit of time, and sometimes you just got to keep digging in and you'll get there in the end. You just keep persevering. But you know, this area here, this was pretty bad. I sort of had 3 or 4 goes at it. I'm not sure how much of it you're going to see because, like I said, the battery went flat on the GoPro. YouTube life, I don't know. And then I had a second, I think 2 goes at this bit, and then a couple of goes at the back bit too. So I don't know why, but it's taken, this car's had quite a few dings along the back on this driver's side here. But hopefully I've hammer and dollied them and given them some filler, and a couple of goes of filler, and hopefully it's all good now. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with the progress. To be honest, I wanted to get the roof also sanded back and into etch primer. This video, that was the goal, but look, I didn't get there. It was a bit of a stretch target, but hilariously, 2 videos ago, the goal was to get the whole car into etch primer. So I don't know, sometimes when you're sitting around thinking about these things, they're easier in your mind than they are in real life. But no, I've got high expectations for this car. I want it to be really, really good, and a really good result. So it's worth putting the time in and just working through it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate everyone's support. I know this is a grind, but that's what happens with these old cars, these projects. They get, the scope just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But it's awesome to see them finished, and this one's getting ever so closer. So thanks heaps for watching. I'll catch you next time. Cheers.